Hi there, my friend. Welcome back to Wellness and Wisdom. It's always good to share this space with you, where we slow down, breathe deep, and tune into what our bodies are trying to tell us. You're here, and that means you care about your health. That already puts you ahead of the curve. Let me ask you a question that might sting a little. Could your morning toast be the very thing stealing your strength? That sandwich you love, that slice you trust. What if I told you, after 60, it could be doing more harm than good? And what if there were better breads, gentle on your body, kind to your energy, and even protective of your heart? Today, we're going to talk about both. The 4 breads you should never touch. And the 4 you must eat daily, if you want to age with strength and vitality. Now tell me if this sounds familiar. You try to eat light, maybe start your day with a piece of toast or a sandwich. You don't go crazy on sweets. You avoid heavy meals. And yet, your belly keeps growing. Your blood sugar keeps creeping up. You feel foggy in the afternoon, and your knees ache for no reason. You've done your part. So what's going on? You're not alone. So many people over 60 are doing their best, eating what they think is healthy. Whole wheat. Low fat. Multigrain. But here's the truth nobody tells you, not all bread is created equal. Some breads age your body faster. Some inflame your joints, spike your sugar, mess with your digestion. And worst of all, they do it quietly. But once you learn what to avoid, and what to choose instead, your body starts responding. Quickly. Kindly. I've seen it happen again and again. Let me share a story that might feel close to home. Storytelling, meet Linda. Linda is 67. Retired schoolteacher. She walked every morning. Ate healthy. Never smoked. But her knees were aching, her belly wouldn't budge, and her doctor warned her about prediabetes. She was confused. Frustrated. She asked, "How is this happening? I barely eat sweets." So we looked at her food. Turns out, her healthy breakfast toast, her lunchtime sandwich, and her dinner roll were packed with the very ingredients making her sick. We swapped out 3 types of bread. Nothing extreme. No dieting. Just smarter choices. And within 3 weeks, she felt lighter. Her knees didn't swell. And at her next checkup, her blood sugar dropped. It all started with bread. So let's talk about what to never let near your plate again. Bread number 1 to avoid, white bread. This one might sound obvious, but it's still in so many kitchens. White bread is stripped of everything your body needs, fiber, nutrients, minerals. What's left is a fast sugar bomb. After 60, our digestion slows. Blood sugar rises faster. White bread turns into glucose within minutes. That spike. It leads to crashes, cravings, and inflammation in your joints. White bread also feeds belly fat, raises cholesterol, and leaves you feeling tired after eating. If there's one bread to never buy again, it's this one. Bread number 2 to avoid, whole wheat that's not really whole. Here's the sneaky one. Most breads labeled whole wheat are made with refined flour. They look brown, but they're not truly whole grain. The fiber's been removed. The germ, the most nutritious part, is gone. And what's left still spikes your blood sugar just like white bread does. Linda used to eat this daily, thinking she was being healthy. But it was quietly working against her energy and her joints. Look for breads that say 100% whole grain or stone ground. If the first ingredient is not whole grain wheat flour, put it back on the shelf. Bread number 3 to avoid, multigrain or 12 grain. That sounds healthy but isn't. Multigrain sounds impressive, right? But here's the catch, it just means the bread contains more than 1 grain. It doesn't mean those grains are whole. Or healthy. Most are still refined, processed, and stripped of fiber. Some even have added sugar to make them taste better. Which means inflammation, weight gain, and slower metabolism, especially after 60. So remember, the word multigrain means nothing unless it's followed by whole. Bread number 4 to avoid, sweetened or enriched breads. This includes honey wheat, raisin bread, cinnamon swirl, and many store-bought rolls. They're packed with sugar, preservatives, and enriched flour, meaning processed, not enriched with life. These breads may taste comforting, but they put stress on your pancreas, your brain, and your heart. If you're struggling with low energy or stubborn belly fat, this kind of bread may be the silent culprit. Alright, we've talked about the dangers. Now let's turn toward healing. Because there are breads your body can thrive on, especially after 60. Let's take a breath, and step into the better choices. Bread number 1 to choose, sprouted grain bread. This bread is made from grains that have started to sprout, meaning they're easier to digest, richer in vitamins, and lower on the glycemic index. Sprouted bread doesn't spike your sugar. It keeps you full longer. It helps stabilize energy and supports your muscles with more usable protein. Brands like Ezekiel or Silver Hills make great versions. Toast it. Add a slice of avocado. And you've got a breakfast that fuels, not fights you. Now I know, change can feel hard. You've been eating a certain way for years. Bread is comfort. Tradition. Habit. But what if you could keep the comfort, and trade in the pain? What if bread could still be part of your life, but instead of draining you, it could strengthen you? Your body is still listening. And it responds when you speak to it with care. In part 2, I'll walk you through the next 3 breads you should be eating daily, plus a simple 7-day plan to make the switch without overwhelm. We're not cutting bread. We're choosing better bread. Stay with me. Welcome back, friend. I'm glad you're here. You've already taken the first step, awareness. Now, let's take the next one, action, but in a way that feels gentle, doable, and kind to your body. In part 1, we uncovered the breads that quietly work against your health. Now, let's shift to the ones that support you, your muscles, your energy, your digestion. These aren't just better options. These are breads your body loves, especially after 60. Let's keep going. Bread number 2 to choose, rye bread, 100% whole rye. Rye bread has a dense texture and a deep, hearty flavor. But it's more than taste, this bread is packed with fiber. And fiber is your best friend when it comes to stabilizing blood sugar and supporting digestion. The secret is in the structure of rye, it digests slowly. That means less sugar crash, more sustained energy. And it keeps you full longer, so you're less likely to reach for snacks between meals. But be careful, some rye breads are mixed with white flour. Look for labels that say, 100% whole rye, or pumpernickel. The darker, the better. Linda, from our earlier story, swapped her sandwich bread for rye. She told me, I stopped feeling hungry all the time. And my knees? They don't ache by 3 p.m. anymore. It's a small switch. But it made a big difference. Bread number 3 to choose, oat bread, made with whole oats. Oats are like nature's comfort food, but they're also a secret weapon. They lower cholesterol. They keep your gut happy. And when baked into bread, they give your body slow-burning energy, perfect for long-lasting strength. The trick? It has to be made with whole oats, not just oat flavor or oat flour. Scan the ingredients. The simpler, the better. Pair oat bread with almond butter in the morning. Or use it to make a hearty turkey sandwich with leafy greens. Your body will love the steady fuel. Bread number 4 to choose, sourdough, made the traditional way. Yes, sourdough. That slightly tangy, chewy bread many people fear, can actually be your friend. When made the traditional way, through slow fermentation, sourdough breaks down gluten and phytic acid, making it easier to digest. It also feeds the good bacteria in your gut. And a healthy gut equals better energy, better immune health, and better mood. The key is to choose artisan or bakery sourdoughs, made with just flour, water, and salt. Not the commercial kinds with added yeast and sugar. Try this, toast a slice of real sourdough, top it with sliced tomato and olive oil. You'll feel full, focused, and nourished, without the sugar spike. Quick recap, the 4 breads to choose daily after 60. 1. Sprouted grain bread, for protein, minerals, and digestion. 2. Whole rye bread, for fiber and blood sugar balance. 3. Oat bread, for energy and heart health. 4. Traditional sourdough, for gut support and easy digestion. These aren't just safe breads, they're smart. They work with your body, not against it. Let's build a 7-day bread swap plan. Now that you know what to avoid and what to choose, let's make it easy. Here's a simple plan to transition without overwhelm. Day 1 to 2. Replace white or wheat toast with sprouted grain bread. Add avocado, boiled eggs, or almond butter. Day 3 to 4. Try whole rye bread for your sandwich. Add lean turkey, greens, and mustard. Day 5. Use oat bread for an open-faced breakfast. Top with Greek yogurt and berries. Day 6 to 7. Enjoy traditional sourdough with soup or salad. Add olive oil, hummus, or a poached egg on top. By the end of the week, your taste buds will adjust. Your belly will feel calmer. And your energy will begin to lift. You're not dieting. You're aligning. You're choosing foods that love you back. Bonus tips: how to shop smarter for bread. Always read the ingredient list. The shorter, the better. Look for whole as the first word, whole oats, whole rye, whole grain. Avoid added sugars, preservatives, and enriched flours. Visit local bakeries or natural food stores. Ask how the bread is made. Freeze your bread to keep it fresh longer, especially with sprouted or sourdough varieties. Remember, the bread aisle can be tricky, but now, you're walking in with wisdom. This isn't about giving things up. It's about giving your body the tools it needs, right now, in this season of life. You've earned the right to feel good in your skin. You deserve food that energizes you, not drains you. And you absolutely still have the power to choose differently, starting today. Changing your bread might feel like a small thing. But sometimes, that's all it takes to tip the scales toward healing. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing. You're doing beautifully. You're asking the right questions. You're tuning in, and that matters. Bread doesn't have to be the enemy. It can be part of your healing. It can still bring comfort, without the consequences. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for showing up for you. You are strong. You are wise. You are still growing. And I'll see you again soon, right here, on Wellness and Wisdom.